So out here at a no cool on a rooftop, it's 2 units for this. That one's running fine, common drain lines. This one's just not cooling. The thermostat is calling for cooling. So far, checked the drain pan. It was pretty gunked up, but I flushed it out pretty well. Coming over here, the belt was loose, also tightened that. There's a smoke alarm, but I haven't checked that. Right now I'm looking at the electrical panel. I traced these 3 loose wires to the float switch, which means it's disconnected entirely, so it's not shutting off on the float switch, but I got to do something with that. I'm about to check these electrical components in here, make sure everything's good. Then after that, I'll check the charge. We'll see what's going on. So we're going to start by checking the capacitor, which is labeled as 5 microfarads plus or minus 6%. This looks new, so I'm guessing it's going to be okay. Definitely good. So I'm going to move on. We're going to check main power coming in, which should be about 208. We're reading 209. The transformer is hooked up for 208, so we're good there. That's a plus, and this disconnect looks pretty good. That's definitely a plus. Alright, so the resettable fuse on the transformer kept blowing. I noticed that as I was doing my checks. And the indoor fan contactor, this one, will turn on fine. The compressor one would not. So I'm going to see if there's a short. I just switched the yellow wire with the black wire downstairs, and I just did the same up here on the board. So we're going to turn it on now and find out. Maybe that's it. Well, she just fired up after her cool down period. Everything seems to be running. Blower motor's running. That's what we want to see. Alright, so the last thing we have to do is take the temperature split to make sure everything's working properly. I just took this side. This is going to be a return air. So this is going to be our supply. So we need this to be about 54.4 degrees, ideally. So we're looking at about a 19-degree split, which is well within the range, and I would call it good. I'm going to stay here and monitor the machine for a little bit to make sure everything's still running properly, but we seem to have fixed the issue. Low voltage shorts are always a pain.